Showtime, folks.
Now you've got the Democrats who are openly violating the Fourth Amendment. You know they hate the Second Amendment because it was Obama who said, you know, those Republicans, they cling to God and guns, or religion and guns. So, you know, the amazing thing is that they will turn around and say what? You know, Donald Trump is a threat to democracy, but we're taking away your First Amendment. We want to take away your Second. We're interfering with the Fourth Amendment search and seizure. And now it's not just Trump. They're going after every one of us. Every one of us is, as Hillary said, a part of the deplorables. And Joy Reid, I mean, I don't even want to mention her name.
Yeah, me neither.
But she says that we want revenge, that the followers of Donald Trump want revenge, just like Americans in the 30s wanted fascism. I mean, where is she getting this stuff from? Their job is to divide us, to hate us, to call us names and use apocalyptic terms. But this is where they lose.
Tell me about it.
Donald Trump was president for 4 years, and we still have a country. We had a great economic policy. Ask a Democrat, Jamie Dimon. He was right on immigration. He was right on tax reform, and he was right on NATO. That's what Jamie Dimon said. So, you know, they're just doing this to their loss in the end.
Correct.
I just want to say something about the Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty was a gift from France. It came here in 1886. At that time, we had an immigration law in this country where you came here, you had to be on Ellis Island, you had to be screened, and you had to be documented, you had to be tested, that you had to be vaccinated.
It's interesting. Wow.
And you could only come in if you had a sponsor or if you were self-reliant, okay? This guy doesn't know his history. And, you know, the truth is, if you understood the background of the Statue of Liberty, it's a symbol of freedom and democracy. It doesn't mean everybody just show up and will take care of you. And that's why Joe Biden, I believe, is going to lose the election, assuming he's the guy that runs.
He's a clown, honestly.
What is happening to the Democrats now is that they are now, it's not just the top tier that's talking, it's affecting everyone. Like, I don't know if you remember, but there was a veteran in Staten Island. We talked about this a couple months ago, where he had to be moved out of I think it was some kind of a nursing home.
I see.
And they moved him out. He didn't have anywhere to go, so they could move the immigrants in, the migrants, the illegals in. And the same with a hospital in Denver today, $130 or $40 million in debt because of the illegals, and Americans are waiting in line for health care. Forget about the fact that the Americans have to pay for their health care and the illegals don't. And then we've got taking our kids out of school so illegals can go into the school. And hotels in New York City emptying out half of the business so we can put illegals in. Look, New York City and America can no longer handle this migrant crisis.
This is like crazy.
And can you imagine if Joe gets elected again? And Mayorkas, we've got impeachment hearings. The guy didn't even show up. That's how much respect they have for democracy.
Yep.
Are you ready for the rematch? We're just 4 days away from the nation's first presidential primary in New Hampshire. But it looks like the general election is already getting started. Both Joe Biden and Donald Trump are ramping up the trash talk. And while Joe looks weak, Trump looks stronger than ever.
Show us.
He can't put two sentences together. He can't find the stairs off a stage, which there are a lot of them up there. Believe me, they're all over the place.
My predecessors like to say, America is a failing nation. In my faith, bless me, Father, for his sin. I mean, come on. By the way, did you hear he wants to see the stock market crash? You know why? He doesn't want to be the next Herbert Hoover. As I told him, he's already Hoover.
Joe Biden is criticizing Donald Trump for saying that we are a failed nation, when the truth is the economy is in the tank, inflation's out of control. We've got immigration not just overrunning cities, towns, and villages, but bankrupting hospitals, and crime is out of control without any solution in sight.
Look, I told you I'm homeless.
That grandpa line has got a sting because it's true. Joe Biden acts like a grandpa all the time. The big guy was just drinking a triple thick milkshake and searching for a congresswoman who wasn't even in the room.
I got what we call home black and white. No ice cream, chocolate syrup. Triple thick, man.
I also want to mention Congressman Deborah Ross. Where's Deborah? This year, I just had my picture taken with her. Oh, she couldn't be here, actually. That's not true. I got it mixed up.
You know, I don't know. Here's what I do know. I mean, they're talking about maybe almost $7 million. And by the way, I just have to make a comment for Hunter Biden talking about the Republicans not having any decency. For this guy to even have the word decency coming out of his mouth when we've seen every part of his body that we don't want to see.
Dang.
I don't really care about Kevin Morris. The only thing I care about, he's a lawyer for the people who write South Park, is he purchased Hunter's share or stake in a China-backed investment during Joe Biden's first year, allowing the first family to claim that they had divested themselves of any connection to communist Chinese money.
This is the craziest thing. Yeah.
And so he buys or gets his share, and then he gives them money. I mean, that's a problem for me. But other than that, I could care less about this guy.
But Charlie, I'm just intrigued. I mean, why is this guy doing all of this? Why is he trying to clear the decks for Hunter Biden? He's buying all of his artwork after they only knew each other for a few months.
I want to know.
Well, I mean, the good news is that, you know, at least we have television 24/7. People can get certain information. You know, there is a parking lot of cars that are dead that are electric because they can't get the cable in to charge them. I mean, you know, it scares me when a Democrat talks about disinformation.
I don't know. I'm lost.
Because it reminds me that more than anything, they want to control us and they want to suppress the freedom of speech. They want to be the ones in charge of the right information. And, you know, with respect to this woman, I got to tell you, I watched that thing twice. First of all, they would have us arrested if we coughed on each other a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those same people. And yet they sit there like bumps on a log, smiling about it. Like this woman's on everybody. And they're like, isn't that nice?
Well, probably. I wonder what she could have gotten away with.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
Yeah. Like what else?
Stab him in the eye. This is a.
Is this America or what? Wall Street Journal pointing out how workers are hiding out in, all right, privacy, we say privacy, booze or empty conference rooms and turning their workplaces into quiet zones.
View is that just what Dana said, people just want a place where they can go and not be assaulted by everybody else talking and yelling. You need to do your work.
We want peace.
But I also think that HR has had a huge impact on gossip and the water cooler syndrome. Because if you say someone like, what do you gossip about? She looked like hell in that dress. She really did, right? Next thing you know, you're in HR. You can't talk about her that way. Or, you know, I think she's seeing that guy. You know, you can't talk about anything and you lose your job.
Exactly correct.